How often do you send texts? How often do you send emails versus texts? Hello, hello, hello. My name is Linda G. Robert. I'm your back in the groove again coach, helping you live your best life right now so you can love what you do. I've been using text a lot lately, especially when it comes to one particular friend, or actually, come to think of it, quite a few now of either my friends or sons, loved ones, and so on. And I know that it's very popular. It's really a hot thing to do, whether it's through Apple texting, the messaging system there, or whether it's through Messenger on Facebook, or whether it's any other texting device. Doesn't matter, because what I want to talk about here is the advantages and the downsides of it. So, if you have a message that you want to give to someone and it's quick and it's factual, based on facts, then I think it's a great way of sending a message. Meet me at the grocery stores. Meet me at the grocery store. Or I'll see you at 5 o'clock. Back a few years ago, most people would text for that reason. And that was one of the reasons why parents bought phones for their kids, because they always wanted to know where their kids were and they want to keep in contact with their kids, right? Let me know when you want me to pick you up. Okay, I'm ready, right? It was done through text. So I think that's great. It's a great way to keep in touch with somebody when you want to know where they are. I've used it for that purpose too. For example, if I was meeting a friend somewhere where it's crowded, I could easily send a text. Okay, wait, if my phone was charged, because it's happened where my phone wasn't charged. So I can easily send a text and say, okay, I'm here. But here's what happened a few weeks ago. I was selling something on Kijiji, selling some aloe vera plants on Kijiji, and we had agreed to meet at a certain location close to where I live. And I thought I was precise enough to where that location was. Well, when I got there, I texted a person telling him exactly where I was. I'm at this corner, I'm next to this. And that person was also texting me that I'm here, I'm in front, and you're not there. And I'm thinking, where the heck are you? I'm right here. So I'm walking around trying to find this person, couldn't find them, only to find out that there was another similar location at the other end of the mall. Did I know that? Not really, because I never go to that mall. So, lack of communication or what, right? One of the guys decided to just, after we text each other back and forth like that a few times when we couldn't find each other, he decided to just leave. So I ended up with, keeping my aloe vera plants. The point is that sometimes it's just so much easier to grab the phone and say, hey, where are you? Tell me exactly where you are. Okay. Oh, and then it would probably be a lot easier to find the place. So after that mess up, I thought maybe I didn't communicate properly to the other people, because I was supposed to meet two other people at that same corner. And obviously I didn't know that mall enough. They seemed to be from that area, so they knew the mall, they knew that area, but they didn't really think about the precise area that I was talking about, except one of them in particular did finally figure things out, that we weren't communicating, and weren't not that we weren't communicating, but we weren't talking about the same corner, the same spot. One of them drove around and finally he kind of waved, and I went, oh, great. And he told me, he's the one that told me there's another corner like this at the other end. And I went, oh man, maybe that's why, right? So sometimes it's just easier to pick up the phone. Here's another example. I was sharing something with a friend the other day, and we were texting, back and forth. And there was a point where the message was sent. She sent a message, and I replied to the message. And I guess it upset her. I'm not sure exactly why. Probably because my response was very to the point as well. So, oftentimes when we send messages through text, you need to be very, very clear, very detailed. And sometimes it can easily be misinterpreted. The emotions behind the text aren't obvious because we're not seeing each other. We're not looking at each other's faces. We're not looking at each other's nonverbals. So you don't know what the other person is thinking of when they're receiving the text. They are looking at this data, this message, interpreting it from their perspective and answering it from their perspective. So, it ends up that when I was texting with my friend back and forth those few times, she ended up by getting upset and asking me why I'm so snarky. And I'm thinking, I'm not snarky. I just answered your question. My point is, how often do misunderstandings, miscommunications happen as a result of texting? Lots, I am sure. And I've even seen people break up, or I've heard, I haven't seen it, but I've heard of people break up through Facebook, changing their status, now single. And of course, the other person at the other end, who knows where they are, same city, different city, who knows, thinks, oh, I guess that's how they broke up with me. I'm thinking, what the heck is up with that? What is wrong with taking the phone and calling the person and talking to the person? Now, I know that now these days we can't really meet in person. Well, we can, but not always. Hello. We can't always meet in person. So the phone, the old-fashioned phone, needs to be used, I think, a lot better or a lot more often than not. We cannot, and maybe this is a bit of a rant, but I think it's just to make it clear that we can't rely solely on texting for communicating, because there's a lot of errors that can happen, a lot of miscommunications that can happen, a lot of misinterpretation that can happen. When something needs to be said because it's that important, take the phone. That's it, right? Grab a phone. If something needs to be said and is that important to you, that, whatever you need to say is important, take the phone and call that person, or whether it's the phone or whether it's on video, take the call, do the call and talk to the person instead of relying just on text. I'm not sure who's watching me now, but I am curious. Do you use text a lot? And have you ever had problems with communication or miscommunication, misinterpretations using text only? Oh, I see you took off. So, when you're looking at this video next time, add your comments. I'm live on not my Facebook, my YouTube channel. I'm live on my YouTube. Write your comments down. I really want to know if you rely on texting and if you've ever had problems communicating or being misunderstood with text. I'm sure it has happened, and I'm trying to prevent that from happening by suggesting that you either keep it very clear, very simple, use text just for certain purposes, but not for deep conversations, because you can easily get misunderstood, or the other person too, right? The other person you're talking to can easily get misunderstood or misinterpreted, and voila, big fight, breakup, divorce. Who knows what can happen? But this was just with a friend of mine, and I almost felt like saying, I don't need this, right? So Think about how you're using texting, when you need to use texting, how important is it to text? I think some people use it as a way of keeping in touch with people, but not just that, a way of feeling connected with people, a way of feeling like they're not alone, right? And so sometimes when people use it to not feel like they're not alone, they may say a lot of things. You may share a lot of things that can easily be misunderstood. And sometimes texting is a lot easier than doing another video call, right? It's a lot quicker. So just food for thought, food for thought. This is Linda G. Robert, your Back in the Groove Again coach, helping you live your best life right now so you can love what you do. More information, go to my website, backinthegrooveagain.com. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more great videos. I've been thinking of doing videos on self-image lately. And I want to talk about self-image. I just won't do it right now. And I also want to talk about something that I went through many, many years ago when I was 30. A little bit of a true story here, hoping to help other people, other women that are going through similar things. So that'll be on other videos, other lives. Bye. Have a great day. Bye right now.